Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of the knife. This is a very unique looking knife.
I'm going to what? What did he just say? Oh, yes, you heard that right.
Kohberger allegedly stalked one of the victims. That's false. You knew that was false. For anybody who had never heard that before, that question is now planted into them, unqualified representation that Mr. Kohberger stalked one of the witnesses, and that's false. We do not have evidence that the defendant had direct contact with 1122 or with residents of 1122. But we can put his phone in that area. There are many residences in that area. It's a dense population of mostly college-related occupants.
Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Hey guys, this is Jules at True Crime Reactions. If you've been in the lives or you've been paying attention over on Connor's channel, you know that we have had 4 of the Sigma Chi members' interviews come out, and there are a total of 8 that were FOIA'd and paid for. So we have 4 more incoming. Now, so far here on this channel, we've reviewed live 2 of them. This is what they look like right here in both of these interviews so far. The exact same question is asked. But I'm going to go ahead and play the clip from Kelvin's interview because this is the first time that we heard it, and I am honestly shook at the way this is being asked.
Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of the knife. This is a very unique looking knife just because of, well...
I'm going to what?
Have you ever...
What? What did he just say?
Are you a hunter? Outdoorsman?
Yeah, I guess. My dad's way more avid than I am. Probably wishes I was a bit more, but I just got my hunting license a year ago or so.
Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of the knife. This is a very unique looking knife.
I'm going to show you a picture of the freaking knife. Since when? I'm sorry?
Guess. My dad's way more avid than I am. Probably wishes I was a bit more, but I just got my hunting license a year ago or so.
Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of the knife. This is a very unique looking knife just because of, well... Have you ever seen a knife like this before? Do you know what kind of knife that is? Do you know anybody who owns one?
No, I don't. I'm familiar with the K-bar because I've seen them at like gun shops and things like that, but no, I don't know.
Really unique handle.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Leather wrapping.
Okay. Unfamiliar.
I am floored.
Are you a hunter? Outdoorsman?
Yeah, I guess. My dad's way more avid than I am.
There would be no reason for anyone to be showing anyone a weapon. And we have literally not heard them ask anyone else if you recognize this knife. Like, I'm sorry. He's asking, do you recognize the knife? He's not showing them the knife sheath. He's saying, I'm going to show you the knife. I don't even know what to think about that. It could be just the way he's saying it, but why the actual shit would you be showing him a knife? This is crazy.
Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of the knife. This is a very unique looking knife just because of, well... Have you ever seen a knife like this before? Do you know what kind of knife that is? Do you know anybody who owns one?
No, I don't. I'm familiar with the K-bar because I've seen them at like gun shops and things like that, but no, I don't know.
Really unique handle.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Leather wrapping.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you know how many versions of the handle there is out there for the K-bar when it comes to color, wrapping, all of the things? This home dude is showing him something very specific in the way that the handle is handled, in the way that the handle was created. Listen to the words. I am floored right now. 2 different colors right here. 2 different styles, even looking at the angles right here. Look at the difference in the way that the slits are. Whole different color, whole different color, whole different color, whole different color, whole different color. Do you understand what I'm saying here? He literally is telling him, this is very unique. The way that it's wrapped, the way that the leather is. What in the actual shit is he showing him? Do you see all of the differences in the handles here? Look, this one even is like a wrench one that you can use as a knife and a freaking tool. Okay, like look at these. Look at the differences. How many different styles? And he is describing something very specific to this man. They are saying the knife, not here's a picture of a knife or here's a picture of a knife sheath that was found at the scene. Does this look familiar to you? This is a knife that could be associated with this knife sheath. Does anyone in your circle or anyone that you know have something similar to this? No. They are saying very, very specifically the knife. And again, not just in this first interview, but in the second one of Conrad's that we've listened to as well. So it's going to be interesting to see if this question continues to be repeated, because this is very specific. Again, he's saying the knife. He's talking about how unique it is. He's very specifically talking about the leather wrapping on the handle. Now, we've been told this entire time that no weapon was found whatsoever. There's been a couple of things that have come up in documents that have given us pause. There's been things said by a judge or two that's been giving us pause when it comes to that situation. But we have been told the whole time there has been no weapon. So I don't know why they're asking the question like this. It could literally be as innocent as they took the knife sheath, took a picture of the knife sheath, did an image search, and are just showing the one that, again, matches whichever one would actually come with that knife sheath. But we also need to remember, we have yet to see Amazon receipts of Bryan Kohberger actually purchasing this. They are telling us that if he did purchase it, it was purchased months and months and months before he ever even moved over to that area on an account that the entire family shares and has access to. I don't know why they haven't given us the paperwork for that receipt. It would be so simple for them to just release it at this point, and for some reason, they're choosing to keep something that anyone can go in and log in and take screenshots of and see for themselves on their own accounts completely quiet. They won't release it, and no one is really quite understanding why. So hearing this very specific question worded this way is throwing a lot of us off. So this is what I did. I sent in a request. I sent in a request just now, a few minutes before I started recording this, to put this clip out there because I feel like it needs its own attention. And if you're not someone who's really digging into the case and sitting here and going over all of these hours worth of interviews, you're not going to see this. And there are a lot of people that just want to go in and get the highlights and then move on and just add it to the list of things and don't have time to really sit here and go through all of this stuff, which is fine, but also the reason why I'm doing things this way. But as I mentioned, over the past few days, I planned on getting information from this, or at least attempting to. So a few minutes ago, I sent in a request to the Idaho State Police. Now, I know that these interviews are being FOIA'd from the Moscow Police Department because they were the main agency and Idaho State was just assisting. But this is something that the Idaho State police officers, these detectives, were using as a reference point in their interviews. And just because the interview itself was sent over to Moscow does not mean that all of the attachments and the things that the officers actually used during the interview were forwarded as well. So I wanted to start with ISP, and this is how I asked it. This is regarding the 1122 King Road homicides from 11/13/22. An interview with Kelvin Cobley that was conducted by Sergeant Van Leuven and Detective Alderson on or around 12/14/22 has a section of the interview in which one of the ISP officers says to the interviewee verbatim, "Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of the knife. This is a very unique looking knife, really, really unique handle with leather wrapping." In the unedited version of the interview, you can hear this at timestamp 2633. This same question is asked to several of the Sigma Chi members that were interviewed in December of 2022. The ISP report number is 178. I am requesting the image/photo of the very unique looking knife that is physically present at the time of this interview. I am aware that the interview itself went to MPD as they were the main agency and y'all were assisting, but this would be something your officers used as a reference. And I attached a screenshot from Connor's post on YouTube of the unedited version of this interview with timestamps that shows the wording in the transcription itself. And I also attached a screenshot of the first page of the 178 ISP report. I don't know how long it's going to take to get an answer. ISP is a whole lot faster than MPD, but I will say that when it's come to the past few weeks of trying to get information from the Idaho State Police that is actually mentioned in these reports, I'm basically being told that none of it exists. It's right here in black and white. It's assigned a supplement number or a reference number or a report number. It's signed off and validated and rechecked by several different people. It's out there for the public, but the information in those reports simply doesn't exist for some reason. If you've been here, then you already know all of those things. If you don't know what I'm talking about, scroll back because I have all of the information out there. But for now, I want to know what you guys are thinking about this because, again, this verbiage is very specific. This is the knife, not a knife. This is very unique. Look at this wrapping. There is something here, and I want to know why they're using this, what the reference is for, and I want to know what this knife looks like. I have an idea based off of doing my own search of what would accompany this knife sheath, but we also need to remember these things can be purchased separately. And there is no proof besides this knife sheath that a K-bar weapon that would fit into that knife sheath was actually used at the crime. They have yet to come out and give us specifics when it comes to the weapon size itself and the wounds. If anything, we're being told that they were ginormous gouges, punctures, and it's not really the way that you would hear when it comes to a K-bar. Not from what we're understanding from experts that have been out here, that are weapons experts, mind you, that have been talking about this. There's something just off. And not just about this, but about everything in this case. But I want to know, again, what you guys are feeling now that we've heard this in an interview. You saw my reaction. I know what a lot of my people that were live were feeling. I was reading about it in the chat. But I want to know what the rest of you guys are thinking about this down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already, and please don't forget to make sure that the notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.